Are you kidding me?
At least you know.
Know right when to come in.
Yeah.
Happy Thursday,
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah, which it kind of occurred to me today that we could have done it on Friday if we wanted.
I actually went back and checked to make sure that you had said tonight
Yeah.
because I was thinking if Tim's not going to be here, then we probably could have done it Friday. But I didn't know if, Savannah's mom's in town. I didn't know if y'all had something going on tomorrow night.
Not
It
really.
didn't matter to me.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do? It's too late now.
It's just kind of the new routine.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Literally, I was talking to Larry on the phone today. And I was like, yeah, me and Ash are recording tonight. Tim's not able to make it. And then I was like, we could just do Friday, but I didn't feel like throwing a wrench or anything. And it's kind of nice sometimes having the Fridays.
Yeah, especially what you got in the box there?
So we got Ron. I'm going to butcher this. Ron Zacapa. How do you say this? Centenario?
Centenarial. Centenarial.
There's no L in there.
Let me see
It's I-O.
what this box is.
That's why I said it that way. I think it's a pirate.
This is a different. This is a different language.
Yeah, I think it's Spanish.
Producto de Guatemala.
I don't think you read that with that.
Guatemalan.
Yeah. Something about real
I'm
sugar
sure
cane or
that's-
something.
Yeah, it's Spanish.
Yeah.
Neither of us are qualified to speak this language, but
No.
it looks good.
No, so we're going to try it. It's a new bottle of rum.
First time? What made you pick this up? You don't have your mic in your hand.
It is.
Sorry.
I just asked the guy at the store. I like to ask for recommendations when I go to certain places. And this is what he recommended. At high altitude, finished in oak barrels from virgin sugarcane. So he said there was no sweetness to it. No, this rum doesn't mess around.
That's what the box says?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm
writing a new description.
Okay. I mean, it's clearly high quality because it comes with a waistband.
Right.
All right, I'll let you do the honors.
Let me pour you a
excited.
glass.
Was it the? You can shake your head, yes or no. Was it the same gentleman that recommended the gin the last time that we were there? Okay. Well, hopefully he'll hit a second home run because the gin was definitely a good move. Yeah, it's a good amount to start with. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Just leave it there.
Hold that, Chewbacca.
Let it look
Cheers.
good. Cheers.
So I'm going no water at first go.
Okay. I like it.
You do?
I do like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Wow.
Is it growing on you a little bit?
That is good.
There's not a bite to it, even without the water. I went with no water. It's good.
I would disagree with the no sweetness comment. I think it's almost like honey.
Get a little drip there. Yeah, that's...
I'm glad I was able to see that.
yeah, I'm glad everybody was able to see that. No, that's good. That might give the 10-1 a run for its money.
Really?
I mean...
I like it more than 10-1. I will tell you that.
Wow. Do you notice a difference? Anything like at first try?
Only that there is there's something sweet in here.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably the sugar cane.
Mm. I definitely like that more than 10-1.
Sorry, the virgin sugar cane.
The last two episodes have been great. We've had something new to try on
That's
both
true.
ones. It's kind of like the early days.
Yeah, I have been missing that. I have been listening to old episodes lately, and I do kind of miss the new thing every week, you know? But yeah, Tim kind of got me into this because he's been doing that whole whiskey hunting stuff. So he has a bunch of different bottles, and I was like, you know what? I can try a new one every once in a while. I'm the type of person that when I find something I like, I stick to it and don't deviate.
Yeah.
I won't ever really experiment, try new things, unless I'm with you guys, because it kind of makes me do it because you guys do that.
I'm sort of that way too.
Yeah.
I try to be more adventurous when the new restaurant or something like that. But
Yeah.
kind of the routine things, I tend to stick to.
I gotcha.
Stick to the normal stuff. Do you have any desire? So I was watching Post Malone do this Nirvana tribute concert.
Yeah.
For a charity event, and he did it in his house, and was playing with Travis Barker. Behind him, he had like a bar area set up. It's like what you would see in a man cave, but he had shelves put up, and it kind of reminded me of what you've got going on in the basement here. And he just had like really nice liquors up on the wall, and I was like, man, it'd be cool to have something like that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Just to, and Tim's talked about it. It's nice to just have the bottles there, kind of on display.
Yeah.
Even if you don't plan on drinking them.
You can kind of have that set up in that kitchen.
I was actually
they're all glass.
thinking about it.
Yeah, it would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, you do it for a couple weeks, you get a new bottle a week maybe. And then once you have a stash of 6 or 8, you're good for a while. You try a new one every once in a while, you kind of bounce back and forth.
And it's nice for when you have company over.
Yeah.
You've got options.
Yeah.
You kind of, if people are into that. So might be something I do.
I dig this.
Yes, it's good.
I think I might end up doing it. I'm already out. This is the only bottle of rum I have. So I'll get a 10-1 and I'm going to get a Bumbu. What I've found that's pretty interesting, I've been to probably 4 different liquor stores where I've asked, recommend a rum to me. Every single one, the first one they recommend is Bumbu. It's either, I don't know if it's just that it's popular because of Lil Wayne or it's actually really good, but I do like it. So it made me curious why that's always the go-to. And probably it's like a mid-level bottle too. It's, I think, $30, $35. It's probably a good entry level, something that you can still enjoy.
Yeah. Whoever did the product design for that did a good job. It's a unique bottle. You know what it is.
And the X is like really cool.
Yeah.
It's like pirate, man.
I didn't realize that was Lil Wayne was associated with that. Is it like his signature rum, or is he just an investor in it?
I don't know. I didn't know it until I think Tim told me. It's not on. I don't think it's on the bottle anywhere. Mm-mm. He must just be an investor or something.
I didn't realize that until we were in the Airbnb for Tim's wedding the night before when Larry was drinking it. Someone said, like, oh, yeah, that's Lil Wayne's rum.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've had it several times.
Yeah. I didn't know that either. And I think it was Tim that even said it there too. Because he's the one that told me. And even I remember Larry being like, man, that's really good. So that must just be a good rum. Does
the celebrity endorsement sway you one way or another? So, Reynolds has got Aviation, which I know you've had at one point. Who is it? Shoot, the guy that's doing the tequila. Clooney. Clooney's got
I just saw a huge display of it.
He's shelled out some serious money to advertise that in sports events.
Yeah.
Him
and another guy are doing it. It doesn't usually do anything for me. I think if anything it'll sway me away from it if it's like someone I don't like.
Okay.
I tried the they do it. It makes sense because I never would have tried Aviation Gin unless Ryan Reynolds sponsored it, or had his hand in it. I didn't know about the Bumbu I didn't know about Lil Wayne until after I already had it, so that wouldn't have really made a difference for me. But like every celebrity has one now, so it's almost becoming like it's not special anymore, So I don't know. It doesn't really do anything for me.
I think about it kind of when I was a teenager and would go in Best Buy or what was that place that would be in the malls that you would buy CDs from?
FYE.
FYE.
I thought about that store today.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I really did.
So when I was a teenager, I would shop CDs for bands I didn't know based on album covers. Mm-hmm. Do you find yourself doing that when you shop for liquor?
Oh. I don't know.
Whether it's the label or the bottle's shape, anything like that.
So the one time I tried the new one, it was the remember the one that I didn't like, the rum,
The Chairman's Reserve.
Chairman's Reserve. That's the one time I tried one on my own, and it let me down.
What made you pick the Chairman's up?
Well, that's the question.
Was it the name?
I think it was in a box, and it was a name like this. Yeah, this one. So that's the one time I ever did it on my own. Ever since then, I've always asked for recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big risk. You know, it's like a $50 risk. And if I didn't like that bottle, I didn't drink it. It was a waste of $50.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that one was like 60. Yeah. So it mostly recommendation. But I mean, the look too. I think when you think it looks nicer than it is, you kind of get drawn towards it. Like anything in a box, that's almost what my eyes go to first, because you're like, why is that in a box? But I mean, 10-1 has ones in the box, and I haven't tried them yet. So I don't know.
Yeah, and recommendations are for liquor is also like asking someone for music recommendations. I mean, it's so subjective.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a risk taking advice, but if it's someone that works in the store, you're going to assume that, hey, they've probably at least tried this before.
Yeah.
They're not kind of selling me a line of crap.
Yeah.
But I've thought about CDs, especially when I'm in a package store looking to try something new.
So I've never actually done that though, where I just tried a new band based off a CD.
Based off the album artwork?
Yeah.
Really?
No. I don't think I ever did that. It was always, because we kind of grew up right when iPods were starting to take off. So like we were at the beginning phases of that. By the time I had an iPod was when I was getting into music. So either my brother already listened to the band and then I did it from there, or it was one of those, you go to their page and at the very bottom it said, you may also like, and then I did it through there. I don't think I ever bought a CD blind.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I might have missed that. Yeah, never did.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I mean, there were several Good Charlotte I started listening to because of their CD covers.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of some other bands that happened with me on.
This is a side tangent. If I put this on Do Not Disturb, does it put my phone on Do Not Disturb also?
It does.
Good. Because I forgot to do that before we started. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if the album artwork ever got me to look into them. That's interesting. Because we had that conversation with comics, didn't we? Or was that me and Zach?
I think that might have been you and Zach. I don't think we did.
I could have swore it was me and you. But it might not have been. Where you asked me, do you pick up... No, yeah, because I think we did it at Origin Story on Sunday. I think you said something like, do you look for the cover or do you like look for the story, or like what comics you kind of look? Either one.
And they would sell used CDs. So you could get, $4 CDs that, the disc was a little scratched, but it worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's funny.
That was a good story.
I don't know why
Are they still around, you think?
No.
Really?
No, they went under.
Dang. That stinks.
The Amazons and eBays would have killed them.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
I did want to bring this up to you now that we're talking about this. Did you say something? I think you were talking to my dad about it maybe, that the Toys R Us was possibly making a small comeback?
It is coming back.
Really?
They've already opened a brick and mortar store. A private equity group bought the rights to the name.
Now, is that just in the United States? Because I know in other countries there still are Toys R Us.
My understanding is Canada and in the U.S.
Okay.
So where this is going to happen at.
So Canada, they never shut down. Did they buy Toys R Us in general, the rights to it? Or is it, do you know if it's separate?
Unless there's two separate corporations, then they bought.
Okay. Because they never shut down, and I think it was just in Canada. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Do you know where the store opened up?
I don't.
That would be so cool.
There's supposed to be more though.
Yeah.
I mean, do they make it?
Do you know anything about? Is it going to be a different business plan? Do you know? Or is it just they bought them out?
I mean, the thing that made them go under was they couldn't compete price wise.
Yeah.
If they still can do that, I mean, I think out of the gate you'll probably have the rush of people that return because it's like, oh, Toys R Us is back, but are they able to sustain that?
Right.
Especially now that it's looking like the economy is going to started to dip a little bit. People are holding on to their cash,
Mm-hmm.
and we're in an election year, so that's part ways to do with it. But I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be like Blockbuster coming back.
Yeah.
Everybody get hyped about it at first, but I don't think it would last long term.
Me and Dan just talked about that because me and him were looking into old wrestling action figures again from when we were kids. And we were, now that we go to Target and we'll go to certain stores, we'll look and see what they have. And it made me think, like, Toys R Us was a place where you went to find something and they had pretty much every variation of what you were looking for, the exclusive one. They had a whole rack of whatever you're looking for. Whereas now at Target, there's, 3 there. And the other 2 racks are empty. So it really made me miss that. Just that there's no toy stores anymore. It's really like a sad thought. You don't think about it now. We didn't think about it going into college and stuff, but now I'm like, man, it's like an empty hole. It was cool just seeing all the, like, one of my childhood memories was getting Pokemon Yellow. I saw it in the case at Toys R Us in the glass case, man, for Game Boy. So you're not going to get that anymore. No classic toy stores.
You think it would ruin those memories for you at all if it did come back and you could revisit it?
Ruin it? I don't think so.
I mean, maybe part of what makes it so special is that the fact that you can't go back to it.
Yeah. I mean, so like Toys R Us, the one that was here on exit 218, what did they shut down? 2015, 16, 18, something like that?
Yeah.
Whatever, in the teens. I mean, me and Tim used to go there even during college. We still loved just taking a lap around the store. It was one of those things where you just still loved to be there. Wouldn't get anything, but I think now we're in a phase where, like, I'm getting a little bit into Legos again, looking at action figures. I'm like, I play Switch. So now I'd probably enjoy a little bit more going and looking at that stuff. I don't think it would ruin the childhood whimsy, though, because I had that childhood awe of Toys R Us when I was in Jersey. When I moved here, I was, then I was starting to grow up, and then it was just another toy store, which back then it was like, you're 3 feet tall walking into the toy store. It's a whole thing,
Yeah.
So I don't think it would ruin it.
The last time I went in one was with Asa. It would have been 6-7 years ago. But I remember being in there. When you're a kid, the scale of that store was so large, it just felt like it was infinite of how much stuff that they had. And I remember thinking, okay, because it had been a long time since I'd been in a Toys R Us. Like, this place is smaller than what it actually felt like when I was a kid. And then also maybe it's because I don't have the interest in things that are like in the store, but it was kind of a thing of, sure, it's cool to be
like
here.
there's no awe anymore.
No, exactly.
Yeah. It's just another store.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Stores were also, I think, different when we were kids. I think they got more and more, I don't know how you'd say it, streamlined maybe. But when I was a kid, I remember going in one of the sections and there was like, Thomas the Tank Engine tables everywhere where kids can like walk up and play as you're shopping too. Like, I don't know. They just seem different growing up as they are now. But yeah, the awe is not there, but it's still cool to like all toys, a store all about toys,
Yeah, sure.
So it'd be cool to at least go. I mean, if they opened one in Atlanta, I'd take a weekend and go up there for the day and walk around the store. I bet after 1 or 2 visits, you'd be like, all right, that was cool.
Yeah.
Which is what you mean, where it's probably going to be a bump and then probably go back under in all reality, which kind of sucks. That's probably the reality of it.
So you bringing up Jersey, and then I know you said at the beginning you had talked to Larry. Did the two of you speak about his episode at Guitar Center yesterday?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He was just bummed. He was all excited because it's been broke for, I don't know, maybe a year, maybe 6 to 8 months. I don't know. It's been a long time, and he's been working with it, but he was finally like excited that he, set the time aside. He was going to go do it. Went there, got the parts, came back, and it was the wrong size. He's like, you got to be kidding me, man.
And for context, everyone, Larry texted Jesse and I last night, said that he had gone to Guitar Center to buy a new tuning peg, which is the metal part at the top of the guitar on the headstock that you wind the string around. It had broken. He went to Guitar Center to get a new one for his bass guitar, right?
Yeah.
It's a bass?
Yeah.
And the gentleman at the Guitar Center sold him the wrong size peg. It was too small for the hole that's drilled in the headstock. So Larry was very disappointed when he got back home and realized that the part was not going to work.
Yeah.
So he's just going to go back and
Yeah,
exchange
I think
it.
he said today, actually, when I was talking to him, either later today or tomorrow, he was going to go back. But that's one of those things that I even told him you kind of had a mishap with yours also, even though yours was a little bit different situation. But it's not something you think you have to put a lot of thought into. You go there and tell them what guitar you have, and you would think they would have the part and know what they're doing and then give it to you. So you wouldn't think that, like I even did the same thing with, that was a little different with the SG tuning pegs, but with yours, you wouldn't have known that Tom picked a different style tuning peg. You just typed in Fender Strat tuning peg and ordered, you know?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things you don't know, you have to put more research into, you know?
Yeah, there's just subtle adjectives that they'll use to make distinctions between them, because I believe that the description for those ones that I purchased said fits all standard Stratocasters, and I guess mine's some kind of custom because it's a signature model. But
which makes sense because when they do a signature, you pick every part of the guitar. You just wouldn't think it. I wouldn't have put that together either.
Well, Larry, hopefully it all works out, man.
Yeah, I felt bad, man, because every time I would talk to him, not even to make him feel bad, but because I know he likes playing bass, and every time we were like, "Dude, you get that bass fixed? You enjoying it?" And he just bought the bass before it broke. So every time I asked him, he's like, "No, I didn't get a chance." I started feeling bad, so I stopped asking. And he brought it up, and when he texted us, I was like, "It's got to be about the bass."
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was bad news. So that sucks, man.
Larry, I can honestly say, man, there's only been one wedding that I've danced at. I think I entertained the thought at Jesse's, but Tim's wedding is the only wedding I've ever danced at. And if it had not been for you and Alicia, that would not have happened. But I'm glad that I did it in retrospect. It was fun. Maybe this is maybe my perception's wrong here. I feel like based on the photos that Alicia especially posts on Instagram, Larry and Alicia do a lot of weddings. And maybe it's because of her line of work.
Mm-hmm.
She's got clients that are just constantly getting married. Larry's always there. And,
yeah. I think he did 2 or 3 this year. There was another one of their cousins that got married. I think they went to. And then there was, I think, one of their friends before Tim's or right after Tim's.
Just in the last week or two, there was
they must have did another one
wedding that she posted photos of.
Oh, okay. Was he a part of it? I know he was
in it.
Okay, so that's the wedding I'm thinking of, the friend's wedding.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just popular people, you know? They got a lot of friends, a lot of family. But dude, Larry gets it.
He does, man.
He is the life of the party when there's a dance floor. Like every time. It's awesome. Even at the concert, when we went to the concert to see Sum 41 and Simple Plan, dude, he is right there.
Yeah.
He vibes.
He's a lot of fun, man. Yeah. He wouldn't take no for an answer with me at the wedding, and I'm glad he did that. So
I didn't even know you got out there. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, you did at some point because you've got video of the highlight YouTube video that you made.
Oh, you're in it?
There's a clip of all of us dancing.
Okay. Were we all pointing at the camera or something at that one point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you were just toasted by that point.
I was toasted and focused on getting a lot of videos, and yeah, that makes sense. But
one of the best moments in that video is Mr. Ed, your dad, and Mr. Lou all dancing together. Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah. I think that was to like a Bruce Springsteen song or something. They were all dancing to a song that they all liked. I think that was it. But yeah, I got a lot of really cool clips from that.
Cool moment.
Yeah.
Because, I've known all of them for almost 20 years. So it was cool to see that.
And I don't see Uncle Lou dancing much.
No.
Ever.
I wouldn't have thought it.
Yeah.
But he got caught in 4K on the dance floor.
Yeah. Yep. I think it was Don't Stop Believin'. I think that might have been what it was.
If there's going to be a white wedding, you better play Don't Stop Believin'.
That's right.
DJ doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, have you heard of Journey? Can you play It's a Small Town?
As long as you play that and Here Comes the Sun,
Yeah.
you covered all your bases for the standard white wedding.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then the Cupid Shuffle. That's a big one. Got to have the Cupid Shuffle.
Thankfully, I was seated during that.
Oh, were you hiding in the corner?
That could have been ugly.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna pull this up.
Well, dude, while you're doing that, speaking of, people that we've known for a while,
White weddings.
white weddings. What are you pulling up over there?
I was saying, speaking of white weddings.
Oh no. So I had dinner with Maverick on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
For the first time in over a year.
How was that?
It was awesome. It was very much needed, I think, for both of us. One of the things that I appreciate, and I think that is so cool about mine and Maverick's friendship, is that we can go long periods of time and not talk, and then when we get back, it's just like immediate. Fall. There's no awkwardness and it's always been that way. And every time we let a period of time go by where we haven't gotten together, we always say, dude, we got to stop doing this,
Yeah.
And it was good though. I mean, I know you're aware with me, but we've both had some like personal shit going on, and it helps sometimes to just have someone that isn't totally like in tune with your life.
Yeah.
To be able to tell them stuff and just kind of get raw reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It helps, I think, a lot to just kind of give you a good idea of, am I off course here? Which a lot of times I need people to tell me like, hey, you need to get pulled back over in this direction. So, no, it was good. And I got hit with gravity of several things. You got brought up a couple of times, which was cool. But one of the things that it has been so special to me with with the friendship that you and I have, and then the friendship that Maverick and I have, I think that we were all doing a similar thing for each other when we were at People's, because you've told me this and Maverick has told me this on occasions, and I feel the same way about the two of you. Where I think that, you can call it bromance or whatever you want to, but there was like a natural. There were things that we saw in each other that we were like, man, this guy's cool. I want to be like this guy. And I feel like we helped we were like a beneficial force for the three of us, and kind of shaped a bit of how our trajectories went. So that was cool. And we talked a little bit about the fact that that's been 16, 17 years ago now. And so anyways, the dinner was great. I am looking forward to, he didn't know about the podcast, so I filled him in on that. And
cool.
It was a cool moment, man, to be able to take my phone out and pull up the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And we've got 60 videos, and I think we're at 85 subs now, which is like, who cares? But anyway, it was still cool to be like, this is what we've been doing the last almost 2 years. You think he would want to do it? I asked him if he would, and he said, like, dude, just let me know.
I would love that.
I'm also going to talk, I'll sidebar that. But
are we starting a band? Is that what you're about to say?
We need to. I talked to him about music recording as well. He said he's been writing lyrics, and I was like, that's the one thing Jesse and I can't do.
That's what we're missing.
And he's, still singing, and we talked guitars for a little bit, and but also the fact that I'm moving in next door, I was like, dude, you need to come over and just hang with us. Like, there's a pool and a hot tub, and
you think you want to come on Memorial Day? Him and Michelle? Could be something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Tweet him.
I'll let him know. Yeah. But if anything, just come over during the week, like
Yeah.
when we just kind of take a moment to breathe
Mhm.
from work and everything. He's working a 9 to 5 now, Monday, Friday.
Nice.
So he's on the similar schedule as us. But no, dude, it was awesome. I'm thankful for the people that I have in my life. And we've talked about this on more than one occasion, but I want to try to do my best to be involved in my friends' lives and just be grateful for what I've got. You know, despite whatever kind of issues that we've all got, life's complicated, and you need people to help you get through those times. So, no, overall it was good. Hopefully we can get some music writing going out of all that.
Yeah. I would love to just hang around with him for a while. He was always a freaking blast, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those people that is just funny being him, you know, just his mannerisms. And he was very quiet from what I remember. But like when he would talk, people would listen and he would crack me up. And he was just so awesome and so nice. He was very, very kind to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be really cool to have him around. Do they still live in Hampton?
They do.
Okay. Same house, I guess?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
He told me that he saw Chance at Target like a week or two ago.
His Target?
Yeah, in Jonesboro.
Wow.
And I said, how was that? And he said, no joke, he looks the exact same. And Maverick said that Chance asked him if he wanted to get drinks, and Maverick had something going on, so he couldn't do it. But he's like, yeah, dude, he looked exactly the same as he did in 9th grade.
That's someone I would never expect to run into.
No.
I thought he would have moved away by now or something. Got in trouble.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe we can have him on the podcast at
That'd
some point.
be so cool. Yeah.
He'd be great to talk music with.
Yeah.
But yeah, we reminisced on playing while we were in college and, you know, what he had been doing musically since then. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of music, we got a concert coming up.
Saturday.
Yeah.
2 days, Sum 41.
Yeah. You stoked?
Yeah. I really am. It's been a lot of fun to kind of go through their catalog the last couple of months because I've not really done that before.
Yeah. What's the last concert you've been to?
Oh, God. It was probably a concert for a Japanese band in Atlanta that was there when the con came through.
Oh, okay.
In it would have been 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've been to a concert since then.
I don't think so either.
When did you do the Jersey concerts?
22 maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 22. Maybe 2 years ago.
I've got to be blanking. There's no way I haven't been to a concert in 5 years.
I don't think you have. If you have, I didn't know about it.
Maybe it'll come to me.
Yeah, ironically, the last one I went to was Sum 41. I think that was my last one. That and Simple Plan.
And you really like Simple Plan.
I love Simple Plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it good to see them in
it was cool.
Concert? Would you go to just see Simple Plan again?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I did say that. It was funny before, which I think Alicia called my bluff on it. I think I might have even said it on the podcast. I was like, the two bands that I would see if they came in town was Simple Plan and Marianas Trench. And I think shortly after that, I went up there to see Simple Plan, which was like by chance that I was going up there already for a wedding. And they were already going to the concert the day we were getting there. So they got tickets for us. But I would probably see them again. They're awesome. I don't know what it is about them, man. I really, really like them. I like the singer a lot. I think he's a very cool dude. So I would probably see him again. Yeah. Still haven't seen Marianas Trench.
Do they tour? Are they still together?
They just put out that new single. Remember that Zach sent us?
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still put out stuff. They'll probably do an album every 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if they tour much, but Eventually, I'll see him.
Okay. Yeah, Sum 41 Saturday, Coca-Cola Roxy. I've been getting emails every day
me too.
asking me to upgrade to the premium.
I got that today.
And all that.
Yeah.
I've got our tickets and our parking pass in my Apple Wallet, so we're ready to go. Dude, it's just going to be nice to hang around the Battery for a little bit before the show. Get some food, check out that cigar shop that you talked about. I've not been in the Battery just to hang out before, so it'll be cool.
Okay. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we'll grab a cup of coffee when we get up there. So don't have too many before we get there.
No. I can't have too many.
That's good.
I drink a lot of coffee.
It's a good sign.
It'd be nice, too, if the Braves gift shop is open because I don't know if you've seen it. They have a wall, and I'm talking a wall of hats.
Ooh.
And a lot of them you can only get at the...
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Like snapbacks and flat bills and all that. I
actually wanted to get that Braves jersey to wear to the concert that night. So I don't know if I'll have one up there or not. But that one at Walmart, remember, it doesn't have a tag on it. So like I'm almost thinking about trying to get it somehow.
The price probably won't be as good as the Walmart one, but they'll definitely have jerseys up there.
Yeah. I want just a basic one with no name or anything. So
I'm sure they'd have it. It's just not going to be Walmart's price.
Yeah, I'll pay $100 for a no-name jersey, I'm sure. That's what I'm worried about. So what are you going to do? I probably won't end up doing it. Unless I get that Diamondback one in time, if it shows up tomorrow. But I doubt it. I wanted to wear a baseball jersey to the concert.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Is that something you think about at all when you go to concerts?
What you wear?
Like you want to give like a certain vibe off with what you wear?
No, not really. No. As long as I'm wearing comfortable shoes. That's all I worry about.
I'm going solid black with Converse.
Okay. So you're prepping. You know what you're wearing. That's like Savannah, man. Weeks in advance, she knows what she's wearing to a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I'll tell you one thing I did think about is how much I want to commit to having a blast. Like whether that means getting a couple drinks before. Am I going to be that guy? Because when I don't, every concert I go to, I don't like to get into it. I like to sit back, watch the show.
Kind of observe.
Yeah. But I feel like that's not going to fly with us.
No, I don't think Zach's going to allow it, and I don't think I will either.
Okay. So that answers my question then.
And look, man, you're not going to have to drive, so let loose.
Yeah, that means you're not going to be able to, though. That's what I'm worried about.
If I have it before the show, I'll be okay.
Okay.
We can all go in amped up, ready to
maybe that's what I do.
Hit it.
Get a couple of rum and cokes before we get inside. We'll pray about it.
I'm also glad we're not going to be down on the floor where the mosh pit's going to be at because there will be one.
Yeah, probably multiple once they get into the hell section of that album. I'm curious to see how the seating arrangement is going to go.
Maybe we can, we'll have someone next to us that's there alone. Be like, hey, would you mind like switching? As long as it's not a noticeable difference in.
If there's a pole there in the way or something.
Yeah. Or Zach and I can move down to where you're at and just ask everyone to move down a seat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be all right. I think, honestly, when the concert goes, everybody's up. Everybody's moving around anyway. I think we'll be fine.
This is not one you're going to sit down for.
Yeah.
Is there I know you've already seen them. Is there a song you'd like to hear them play? Maybe one of the new ones?
I have two that I want to hear.
Okay.
One is obvious. One they're probably not going to play.
Okay.
In Too Deep.
Which they'll definitely play?
They're going to play. Newts.
Okay. Yeah, probably less likely for that one.
That's a very deep cut, but it'd be cool. If I hear that guitar riff, shit's going down.
Yeah.
You'll be excited about it. But I doubt it.
We had a special moment a couple of weeks ago on your back porch. Was that on a Tuesday night?
Yeah, I think because we were like, dude, I know we need some drinks. It was during the week.
No, I think it was a Friday night.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was a Friday night. We were hyper dissecting two of the new songs on their album.
Yeah.
One was You Wanted War, and the other one is, I think it's called I Don't Need Anyone.
Okay.
But we spent so long just dissecting certain parts of the song of how good they were.
Yeah.
That was fun. It would be cool to hear one of those two live.
Yeah. Which I'm sure they're going to play that album heavy.
I
They'll probably
really
do it start to finish.
How
Finish.
cool would that be?
Yeah. Just a straight, what is it, 20 songs?
Oh, it is 20 songs.
10 each? Maybe they won't do that. I know a lot of bands do that nowadays. When a new album comes out, they play, or like the anniversary album, they'll do it start to finish.
They'll definitely play Dopamine and Landmines.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they play Rise Up.
Yeah.
That's like the single off of the Hell side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But any of the heavier. Yeah, that's Tim.
Okay, let's plant a flag. Tim said he couldn't record tonight.
But he's in the kitchen.
We are 40 minutes in. He's just in there hanging out. I can't wait till he listens to this.
He very well may barge through the door.
Yeah, well, he's screwed because I don't have another mic set up. So he's going to have to sit in silence.
I'm sure he'll do that.
Yeah, he's going to bust in. What's up, fellas? He's going to do something. He's probably already drunk.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I hope they do the prepare to rise and then prepare to climb and then rise.
Dude.
You know they're going to do it. If they're doing rise, they're doing that preamble.
That would be the preamble. That would be so awesome.
Yeah. Eye contact will be hit right away.
Yeah.
The people move down. Yeah, Ash?
Yeah.
Kicking people out of the way.
Oh,
That'd be cool. Any merch you're going to look at?
If anything catches my eye, yeah. I mean, that's the last time.
Yeah.
It's the last show. I really want a tour T-shirt.
It'd be cool to have that album cover just on your chest.
It would.
Yeah.
I'll pick something up.
Yeah, good. You need something to remember the time. There's a record store there also we need to check out.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's freaking be sure to take pictures.
Yeah.
Because we're
videos too.
Guys and we do a terrible job of this, but we need to make sure we take pictures of this.
Yeah. Zach's usually good at taking videos. I bet he'll get some clips. But yeah, we'll get some. I'm excited about it. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm ready. I'm excited to just get away with the boys for a day, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be nice.
Are the ladies still doing Renaissance Fair on Saturday?
Yeah. Zach was here last week with Katie when we went to see the movie. And he was like, yeah, so what's the plan? You know, what time do I need to be here? And I was like, oh, we're going up at like 11. He goes, okay, so I need to tell Katie basically I'm busy all day. I was like, yeah, you do. So the second we got back to the house, Zach was like, hey, so I can't do anything in the morning on Saturday. I'm going right to Atlanta. And she was like, man, really? I was like, yeah, we're going to be gone. So we got the whole day ready.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what was seeing episode 1 in theaters like last week?
Awesome. It was good, man. It was good. I mean, it's
Star Wars episode 1.
Yeah. The 25th anniversary was this week, which I hope they do episode 2 and 3 again also every 3 years. It was cool, man. It was just like, it made me happy that I was able to see it in theaters, which I might have as a kid. I don't remember. I don't know. Probably didn't. It came out in 99. I was 4 years old. So it's, if anything, my brother and my dad went and I went with them, but I just don't remember. The Duel of the Fates, man, is a whole new ball game on a big screen. I mean, it was epic. And you knew it was coming too. You almost like forgot because you get caught up in the whole thing. And the second, they're like, this way, and they go towards it and the doors open and it goes, ah, dun, dun. Oh my God, dude. Got chills. Zach was like, sat up in his seat. He was ready to see it.
That was my question.
Yeah.
When Liam Neeson says, we'll handle this.
Yeah. He goes, oh.
Yeah.
He
immediately
so
stood
ready.
up.
Yeah. Dude, it was good, man. You hear the and it fades in.
Everybody takes their cloaks off.
Dude, it was so good. Yeah, all of them. It's just so like classy and respectful. They each open up their lightsabers. Oh man,
it's very much like a Western duel.
Yeah, which I think was by design. And this is getting real dorky, so I'm sorry everybody. But George Lucas, when he designed the lightsabers, they even says it in the movie. It's an elegant art form. It's the lightsaber is like it's a respectful thing when you're fighting. It's old sword fighting. It's like I don't know. It's a art. It's like something. So that's really dorky, I know. But he said that. So like it's an event when they're about to start. You know, they talk for a couple seconds, of course. Not in this one, but in other lightsaber fights. I also found out, man, I watched episode 3 the next day. Duel of the Fates is in that movie also. I think during one other fight. I didn't know that.
The same one from episode 1?
It's not like start to finish, but the hook
Okay.
is in episode 3 also. So I have to go back and see if that's actually true, but I heard it. But no, it was good.
There is a song that plays during Anakin and Obi-Wan's fight in episode 3 that's very
I think
impactful.
that might have been it. It's probably not Duel of Fates, but they use the same hook in parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's John Williams, obviously. So I'm sure he used a lot of the same stuff. But, man, it was good. The pod race scene was exciting. It's almost like you forgot if he was going to, make it and win, It gave me a new love for the movie. And Tim even saw it. Him and Hannah saw it 2 days ago, which I was surprised because he's such a freaking critic of that movie, man.
What was the attendance like in the theater?
3 people.
3 people. So
Yeah.
no one showed up.
Yeah, but I read today that it was like it took second place in the box office, but again, that's not like a high bar. But I thought the whole time I was like, we need to get tickets early. Let's get tickets early. You never know. Maybe 3 or 4 people. Yeah, I really underestimated. I figured it was going to be, kids our age. Now that they're old enough to experience it and love it and appreciate it, they would want to go see it. And that was not the case.
That is
That's a bummer.
surprising.
Yeah, I was very shocked.
And had Savannah seen that before?
She has seen it. She doesn't care for it. Hannah never saw it, apparently. So that was her first time seeing it in theaters. I didn't get her reaction. But Savannah didn't come with us. She just saw it previously. She was very indifferent about it. She's like, yeah, the end fight scene's cool. That's about it. And you do realize it as you watch it. It is like a tedious movie. It is a lot of
talking.
It's like government talk. It's a lot of taxing and literally it's trade routes and blockades. It's a lot of that. Senate hearings, So as a kid, you only remember the pod racing scene and Duel of the Fates. Everything else is like you don't pay attention. So I did have to get up and stretch a little bit. I was getting tired towards the middle of it. You're like, all right, come on. Where is he? But no, it was cool, man. The whole 25th anniversary of this year was good. A lot of good Lego Star Wars sets came out because of it. So I hope they do it. And then next year is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So they're probably going to do a whole thing about that. It's a good time to be a fan. It really is.
Not financially, but yeah.
Not at all. Yeah. All the comics came out, and I was like, give me one of each.
Good time for nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly. Pocketbooks are light, but it's a good time in the basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool seeing. I'd like to see it again with the episode 2 and 3.
Mm.
Tim was saying episode 3 would probably do pretty well. Because even when that came out, it was a big movie. Do you have a favorite of the 3?
Of the 3, probably 3.
Yeah.
But I think the best lightsaber fight is in episode 1.
Really? Yeah. There's some good ones. There's some really good ones. In episode 2, Count Dooku and Yoda was really good. Anakin and Obi-Wan is obviously like a iconic one. I think the music makes Duel of the Fates, makes the fight, in the first one.
I think the venue is just cool too. Like they're leaping up on the platforms and then there's the like force field walls. But I just like how the ending of it, Darth Maul is so sure that he's won and Obi-Wan.
Does that look?
Like, yeah.
What I didn't think about too is, episode 6 came out in 1983. In the first 3 movies, there's no crazy lightsaber fights. It's very slow, and this was the first lightsaber fight that was like
insane,
blew people away. Right. So I'm sure that also had a big impact on it.
Right.
I mean, they're backflipping and stuff. No, they didn't do that in 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. And Yeah, I mean, episode 1's cool for a lot of reasons. It's such a tone shift from 4, 5, and 6. There's more Jedi. It's not only Luke. So, no, that's cool. You got to experience that in theaters. Yeah, good time to be a fan.
Yeah.
So
I'm
what
enjoying it.
other Legos did you pick up?
I got Chewbacca, which is sitting right here.
Because the word on the street was you made quite a few purchases.
Yeah,
with,
I made a real dent.
Mr. Navarro on Saturday last week.
Yeah, that was a problem. I bought the new UCS set, the TIE Interceptor, which is I don't even know how many pieces it is, but it's a big ship. It'll probably sit on this table if I built it. I got dude, I don't even know. There were so many. There's a droid carrier gift with purchase. If you spend a certain amount, you got that. So I got 2 of those because I ordered May 1st, and then when we went to the store, got it again. They also did something really cool when we went to the store. Every day from the 1st to the 4th, every day if you went to the store, they were doing a free buildable figure where they gave you instructions, and then there was like tubs of pieces, and it told you how many pieces to get, and you built a little figure. It was a little Darth Vader what we got. But they did Yoda, Luke, and Leia. So that was pretty cool. I just had like a whole Star Wars weekend. It was freaking awesome. Actually, the sets are back there. What I bought? I bought the Mos Espa pod race, a Droideka Darth Maul ship, which I'm going to build that next. And I think that was it. And a Millennium Falcon. So I pretty much, it's kind of sad. I bought everything that came out, so now like there's nothing else to buy.
You don't feel complete?
I do, but then it's like, sometimes when we go to Target, I like to go to the Lego section, and it's like I have everything now. So I did it wrong this time. I really did. But I was so hyped. And then the Chewbacca I got on Amazon. So I bought everything. It's good and bad.
Good for you.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'm complete for a while until June 1st.
It's cool that they did the Droideka. That's a sleeper character.
Yeah.
It's always cool.
And it comes with a little buildable version of it that you can put in front. So I'll probably build them. It's probably about this tall.
Nice.
Put it right next to Chewie.
Nice.
Yeah, man. And I have an R2 that I'm going to build. It's to scale, so it's probably about here. So got a couple of figures I need to put together. Legos are great, man. It's so therapeutic. I love it.
You're like giving birth to something.
Yeah, man. I mean, look at this freaking art piece.
Constantly.
Like,
it really
sick.
is cool. It doesn't look like a Lego.
Yeah. You want some more?
I'll probably take a little bit more. Yeah.
What a time.
I found it kind of comical in our show notes. Yeah, there is a cap on that.
I thought we had it off.
That you put the fact that Rudy Gobert is now a father in the.
There's a reason why.
Okay.
I didn't just say it.
And see, it's yet another reason it's good that.
Is that you want more?
No, that's good. That Draymond was stopped because the man almost snuffed out the life of a
no kidding.
soon-to-be father.
Kidding. Almost took a life. So I said that because, again, I put in the show notes, did you keep up with the NBA playoffs?
Right.
Obviously, no. So Rudy Gobert is on the Timberwolves. They're playing the Nuggets, the defending champs. They are now up 2-0 on the Nuggets. They potentially might sweep them. Defending champs, a great team. He wasn't at game 2 because he was at the birth of his son. So I was going to ask you, if you were in his shoes, would you miss a pretty important playoff game for the birth of your child?
Was it his first child?
That's what I thought you were going to ask. I don't know.
Okay.
That would probably be the breaker, right? Like, you're playing against the defending champs. You are the number 1 team in the West. No, you're the number 2 team in the West. You have a good chance of winning this year.
No, I don't know the answer to this question. Is Rudy Gobert like a key player on the team?
Yeah, starter.
Okay, so he's
pretty much their center. He guards Joker.
He needs to be there.
I mean, they won without him, but I mean, he's a starter. Yeah, he's won Defensive Player of the Year this year.
That's great that they won.
They won by like
there.
24.
Oh wow. Okay.
They wouldn't have expected that though.
Right.
I didn't know he wasn't. I thought he was hurt. He didn't play the whole game. I didn't see him. I didn't know he was at the birth of his child. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying is that like, because I think another sports player did that. Oh, the golfer. Remember the guy that won the Masters this year? Did you hear this story? His name was Scotty something.
Yes.
He was gonna miss it if they told
his wife. Yeah.
Pretty much whoever was on standby with a phone saying, and he was saying if his wife gave birth, he was going to drop out of the Masters, and he was ahead.
I would like to think that
that he would.
That my wife being in the hospital giving birth, take the baby, the newborn baby part off to the side. Like your wife's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Should you, if something went wrong and you're playing basketball,
right,
and it ended up going south,
mm-hmm.
I feel like you would live with the rest of your life of like, I should have been there instead of playing basketball.
But then on the flip side, let's say they lost that game. Then they're tied 1-1. Then they go to Denver, lose the next two. What if they end up losing the series? Do you even hold that?
I think at the end of the day, you have to say my family comes first.
Yeah. And it's also the second round of the playoffs. There's 4 total rounds. So it's like, what if they end up going to the finals and losing? Then it doesn't matter, and he missed the birth of his son. That's the other thing. So, but then the other side with the Scotty guy, the golfer, what if his wife went into labor? He was ahead by a lot. He ended up winning the Masters. What if he dropped out? That's like millions of dollars he just lost out on, potentially money to set up his child one day, But that was his firstborn, so he wanted to be there for that. Also, do you really think he would have left? It's almost like, obviously we'll never know. How serious was he, That's the question.
Right.
Was it just a PR thing?
Could have been.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, you got to choose your family.
That's a stronger pour. I have heard before that like players weren't there during like key games, but it was like their second, third, fourth, whatever kid it was. But I mean, in our shoes, I would think you'd want to be there, no matter what kid it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what if it was a finals game? What if it was 3-3? This is
Game
the last
7.
game. Yeah. What if it's Game 7, and you were the defensive player of the year,
You probably would have to have a conversation with your wife
or the team? Like see how serious your wife. What if your wife is like, you need to be
like
there?
You kind of lay it out plainly of, hey, this is Game 7. I'm a starter. This is all the marbles, kind of thing, and just see where she's at with it.
And then you just go with what she says.
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, if she feels like she needs you there,
would you concede? You think?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You'd have to. I feel like you'd have to.
Because then it's like, what if you lose the game?
Yeah.
But then what if you miss and the team loses?
Who's going to say like, oh, that son of a bitch chose his family over the basketball team?
I think the whole team would say that.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but
then he gets traded next year.
Right.
He gets dropped. Mysteriously gets
career over,
kicked in the crotch by the opposing team.
Right.
Yeah, that might. I guess you never know. I like to think that. I like to think you'd want to.
Interesting thought experiment.
Yeah. How important is it?
I mean, I've heard similar things with musicians on tour doing the same thing. They cancel shows to be with their wife for
That's a little different, though. I get it, but it's a little different.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got people like Tyreek Hill who has like 11 kids. He's probably never missed a game.
No. It's business as usual for him.
It's like 11 kids with like 7 different women.
That's exactly right.
It's bad when he has to think about it when they ask him that. He's like, probably 11.
Probably 11. I don't know who's keeping track.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. Just send gift cards.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I didn't even look. What else you got going on?
Dude, I think the only other thing that I had for you, other than to give you a little bit of shit over Paper Mario not even releasing yet, and
we don't have to talk about that.
You were digging your heels in last week of what an awful establishment GameStop was, which I mean, I believe valid. You. It's yeah.
Yeah. What else we got?
But yeah,
Let's
okay.
table that for the time
Moving
being.
on. So cheers.
There you go.
The only other thing I had for you, and this partly came up in conjunction with my dinner on Tuesday. I just wanted to get an idea from you of, like you personally, how long would you say it takes you when you meet someone new and you like them, guy or girl, whatever, where you get to a point where you're like, hey, I feel comfortable around this person, and you kind of start, the walls come down and you start sharing things with them that you wouldn't share with like an acquaintance, you know? Do you find yourself, you easily move into that space, or does it take you a long time to trust people?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I am a very shy person. I'm not good at meeting new people. And I think I can hide it pretty well in certain cases. But I am not good in like a group of people. If I don't know some of them, if I don't know like two people in a group of people, I am taking a back seat for the most part. So it takes me a long time to warm up to people, I think. Now, are you thinking like friend-wise or like intimate-wise, or, you know, I guess it depends. Friends takes me a pretty long time, I think.
Yeah. I mean, really all of the above.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised by your answer about if there's more than two people that you don't know, that you kind of fall back.
Yeah, I usually do.
So did you enjoy parties when you were in high school and college, when you were around people that you didn't know?
I'll be honest, for the most part, I did a pretty good job of keeping myself around people that I knew. I think if it was a situation like that, I either wouldn't go or I would stick close to the people that I knew, and I'd just be quiet. So early in our marriage, I think Savannah called me out on that a couple times, where she would say, she would almost think I was in a bad mood or like upset if we were at like one of their family gatherings maybe or something, and I didn't know a lot of people and I just wouldn't talk. And it's just the fact of, I had to tell her, it's like, if I'm not a outgoing person, you know, which I think as I've gotten older, obviously I've gotten a little bit better at it. And I think I can put on a front. Like if I see somebody, like if we have a party and there's like someone I don't know, I think for the most part I can do a good job of like going to them and trying to get them out of it, because I know how it feels.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But I think I do a pretty decent job of like not getting in those situations.
Okay.
You know?
Like consciously avoiding them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I'm at the point in our lives now where that situation doesn't come up very much. For the most part, you're hanging around the same people, same family pretty often. So I think it takes me quite a while to warm up to somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had a similar experience with, as you've gotten older and as I've changed jobs, like my current job, the building I'm in, there was 25 people that I had never met before. And it just being there every day over time, you kind of get used to everyone. But it does, I think as you start to get older, you do kind of get more comfortable in interacting with people.
Yeah.
At least kind of like keeping up acquaintance level type stuff. One thing that was, I don't say I was proud of myself because it sounds bad, but maybe that I was surprised myself with. So when I was at the hotel on Friday and Saturday, I was in the elevator a lot, and the hotel was crowded. So every time I was in the elevator, I was with someone else, and it was almost always just me in the elevator with whoever this stranger was. And so like the first time it happened, I was like, you know what? Every time I'm in this elevator with a stranger, I'm going to do my best to just like at least ask them how they're doing.
Yeah. The generic, hey, how you doing? It's whatever that is.
Yeah. And just try to find something about, so, I got on the elevator at one point and I was wearing one of my favorite pairs of sneakers, and when I got on, the guy immediately said something to me about liking my sneakers, and the man just so happened to have a pair of Pandas on, and I complimented on that, and we started talking about comfort levels with sneakers and Air Jordan or Air Forces, and when we got off, it was a thing of like you're smiling and looking at this dude, and you're like, man, like have a good one, you know, kind of thing. But there was like an older Indian couple that I was on with, and I had a mixed drink in my hand at this point, but asked them how their night was going, and they were very reserved and like, good. How's your night going? I was like, well, I'm getting it going.
It's pretty good.
And they started laughing about that. But no, I think that especially in public, one of the things I've realized, and like when I go through a drive-through, just asking people how their day's going and kind of getting outside the hey, how you doing type thing. 9 times out of 10, you can see like their facial expression and everything change. And I've really grown to like enjoy that.
Yeah.
Some of that golden rule stuff of like treat people how you'd want to be treated kind of thing. So
there's not a lot of that anymore.
No, and I think that's why it surprises people that are in not public service, like retail and things where you're interacting with jobs that require you to interact with the public constantly. Right. It's just not that common anymore. But I think that. So one of the reasons I asked that is, partly because of I made the comment about how quickly Maverick and I were able to kind of fall back into conversation again and pick up where we had left off at. But that I feel like maybe sometimes when I meet newer people that I'm like prone to kind of get too comfortable with them. I don't know. I guess it's a balancing act. Do you have one way or the other where you're like, it's probably best to be reserved up until a certain point of like where you trust a person kind of thing?
Yeah, I think I've always actually had a conscious effort of like always meeting the other person's energy level, or meeting how comfortable they're going to get. And then I kind of get the same way.
See, I think that you have more of an ability to read people than I do. Which bites me in the ass a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's something I've always liked about you because I feel like you read me better than I can read you. And you can do it so well sometimes that it frustrates. It actually frustrates me. I'm like, no. Damn it, dude! Like how does he know that? But it's also cool, and I think that's why you have so many people in your life that want to be around you. Is that it like naturally clicks to where you can kind of what you're talking about, meet people on their wavelength, and understand them. I wish I was better at that.
Yeah, but then it also sometimes is a negative. Then I get to the point where I'm always thinking about how someone else is feeling. So there's a line that I have found that I kind of got to toe. Because then it makes you conscious of it all day. And then you get to a point where you're not worrying about yourself anymore. But I don't know what that came from. I think I've always been, I'm a very, I guess, observant person.
Yeah.
Like I can pick up on people's habits and social cues pretty quickly. And kind of know how they're feeling. Yes, I don't know where that came from.
Is your dad that way?
He's always been a very good judge of character, you could say. Yeah. Maybe not as like day-to-day feelings, I guess. But
he could size people up.
Yeah. He knows who's a good person and who is.
Yeah, my dad's got that same ability. I think it's because our dads had points in their life where they were in questionable places, and like around people that were not good.
Yeah, and I can almost see it the way he talks to them. Like when I'm around him, if he's at work, there's certain people he will be business with, and some people he will smile and then kind of let loose a little bit. And that's how almost I can tell that he can tell who he can bullshit with and who he needs to keep at arm's length, I guess you could say.
Yep.
So maybe I do get that from him. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah. But yeah, it takes me a while, I think, to open up to somebody. And I've found I even do this thing where I don't say like, how are you anymore. I've done it particularly at work because I see pretty much the same people, the same houses every day. So I will like say like, hey, how's your day going so far? I'll kind of like twist it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that will show you're not just
Kind
doing
of
this social convention of how you doing, like you don't care.
Right.
I try to do that because then it does like, and then some people will joke around, say something funny back, and then you got 1 or 2 minutes of just talking to somebody. And it does kind of, at least it brightens up my day. I don't know if it does anything for them, but yeah, I don't like, there's not a lot of that anymore.
No.
No more common decency.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but
hey,
that's where it's going.
If more people are thinking the way we are, then I think it'll be all right. But
yeah, so share this episode with the people that you love or the people that you hate.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll do something for them.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that'll help.
Well, Jess, thanks for the run, man. This was a nice treat.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I do like it. I like it a lot. So listen, I'll close with this since I was touching on work a little bit. I got a story to tell.
Okay.
So I had a nuts day today. Super long day. Tornado rains. Like it poured for a while. It was nuts. So, I'm having one of those bad days where I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm going to be honest. I even shut off a lot of our group chats, turn the alerts off. I was like, I just want to get through this day. So, and I don't know if this happens to you sometimes. So I'm having one of these days, and then like at work, actually many people have said this. Pat Navarro and Savannah on separate occasions have said I can turn it off instantly if I see somebody that I'm delivering to. They open the door, which you kind of got to. That's almost like a common, it's like a courtesy thing. So I'm delivering to this, this house, someone who I'm like, have become very friendly with. He has my phone number. If I need to deliver something to him, I'll text him. I've delivered to him for years. He's actually the guy, I don't know if you remember, around Christmas time, he said he was going to get me like a Christmas gift, asked me kind of my interests and stuff, and he was going to do something for me.
Wow.
Really, really cool guy. He lives 2 doors down from Joe.
Wow.
So, and I noticed something as going down the street at the entrance of their it's not a neighborhood, but it's a long road. There's a cop car sitting at the front with no lights on, nothing going on. So I'm like, again, I'm just like head down. I'm like, bad mood. I want to get through this day. I deliver to the guy's house. I get out and he's usually at the door. So I get out and immediately I shut it off. I'm like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? How you been? I haven't seen him in a couple days. And it's almost like I forgot, that I was in a bad mood, and it was good. It was a good thing. I needed it. So, we're talking for a while. He's asking me how things are going at work. We start talking about sports a little bit. He's from New York, so, we start talking about Yankees and stuff, which kind of ties into the gift thing that he was going to give me. And out of the corner of my eye, I hear like a chain almost dangling. And then at the corner of my eye, I see this thing coming at me. It's a dog. Big ass dog, right? So as it's happening, I'm like turning. He grabs the dog, right? It's his dog. Turns out his dog, but it's a big aggressive dog. Jumps on me. He hits me, kind of knocks me over, but he's grabbing him at the same time. So I'm like, I fall to the ground. Freaking chaos is going on. He's like, oh my God, I am so sorry. Oh my God. It's kind of like pouring rain, it's drizzling, pouring rain, whatever. So I'm like, I don't know what the hell is happening. I'm like right in a bad mood again, right? He takes this dog inside. He goes, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. Right? So takes the dog inside, Ash. So I'm like, okay, I get up. I like dust myself off. I sit on the stairs for a sec. I'm just like, what the heck just happened? I'm assessing, I'm checking myself out. He comes outside of the front door, Ash. And he goes, dude, listen, man, I am so sorry. I can't believe that just happened. Are you okay? He's like, I got something for you. And I was like, okay. And so he's like, again, apologize, whatever. He goes, here, I got some for you. And you know what he hands me, Ash? You know what this guy hands me?
What's that?
He hands me this big pink seashell. And he says to me, son, the answers are all inside of here.
Oh my God. Was that all bullshit?
That's all bullshit.
Oh my